Hello, and welcome back to Blast Off Escape to the Unknown. So, when we left off last time, I was digging for some cobblestone. Nighttime came along. I did have to add a little thing over the water there because it kept freezing. But nighttime came along. I got 53 cobble before all of those mobs you hear out there chased me inside. So, we're going to go ahead and deposit this. Um, Now, what I would like to do today is first let's stupid zombie skull get out of the way. All right, first let's go ahead and collect all of this that was left on the ground. Um, and we'll see if there's anything else. Oh, yeah, we got another stupid skeleton. So we're gonna sprint over here. There's a skeleton major. Now this guy will spawn. Yeah, additional ads. Maybe we can get lucky and nope. Oh, silverfish. So, what I'd like to do today is last time, if you remember, I got this zombie skull, and I didn't think it actually was for anything, but under this quest Dungeons, which we're not going to get to dungeons till I at least get some armor on my character here, it requires a zombie head and glowstone. Now, if you look at the top there, along the right, you could barely see there is actually glowstone up there. Um, First, let's go ahead and add some more water to our camel pack there. But so there is glowstone up there, so we may be able to get four glowstone to make one glowstone block by coming up here and can I make that? Yeah. Coming up here and uh, breaking this. So let's go ahead and do that. While we're up here, we can look for any. Oh, there's two. Did some fall? Dang. Oh, cool. Okay, so that's actually a meteor over there. So I think that's what we're gonna do next. Is we're gonna head over to the meteor. It does look like we only got two glowstone out of that. So unfortunately, we will have to climb another one of these in order to get the four to make that glowstone block. So, is that it? Yeah, so that's it over there. Looking around, I don't think I see. That might be one way back there that has glowstone at the top. So, we'll go ahead and after we harvest some of this meteor, and I probably should have dropped some of this stuff off before we came out here. But we'll go ahead and we'll scale that one. And yeah, that definitely looks like it'll have um, some glowstone on there. So we'll get as much of this as we can. Oh, look at that already. That was a pretty good drop there. Now these can be really weird. Sometimes these will drop a decent amount. Sometimes they won't drop anything at all. Looks like I've been decently lucky so far. I am going to try and just get ones in a row like this. Another thing is, see, that's what I was referring to right there. Sometimes they just don't drop anything at all. But another useful thing we can do is actually, and I don't know if my pickaxe, oh, okay, so I can harvest it. So that will give us chunks of meteor, which we can then turn into armor. And the nice thing about that armor is it has something called magnetization. So that will allow us while we're harvesting from our cobblegen, pretty much 100% of the time, we'll be able to pick up that cobblestone before it gets burnt up by that lava. At the end of the last episode, when I started mining it, I think I lost a couple pieces. Um, so that'll definitely help us out as we continue to generate some cobblestone as we continue forward here. So let's go ahead and finish up here. Looks like I'm already out of water once again. That's not good news. Also, I did unfortunately forget to bring lava with me. So, that being said, hypothermia is very possible that'll happen. So, what I'm actually going to go ahead and do is before nighttime happens, I was actually going to plan on just camping out at this spire overnight, but since I won't be able to do that now because I didn't bring that lava bucket with me, we'll go ahead and just scale it real quick. Hopefully, pull two. Sounds like we got a little bit of a storm forming on us here. Hopefully, this will give us the two that we need. And then okay, I wasn't sure if that was gonna break or not. Once we get the two, oh cool, so I can harvest the coal here, so. Oh god. Oh, oh my goodness. Well, that is, oh my gosh. So this just got a lot more difficult. We need to find that gas spawner, which, there it is, yeah. So luckily you can see these pop out. Now I'm gonna need to get really lucky and knock one of these blasts back at him. Okay, so I got 4. So we're gonna try and oh my god. There we go. Alright, so the meteor's back this way. Where's our sun at? How much time do we have? There it is. Okay, so we're already at half a day, it looks like. That is really unfortunate. Another thing here is that smart moving. If you look at my hunger bar there, you can see that little gray line moving up, and then each one will subtract 1 of my health from it. I'm not quite sure if I want to leave that on. It's currently set to the default setting, which is medium. So pretty much everything you do will start to reduce it little by little. I'm gonna play a little bit more with it, and then we'll see if it'll be a good fit to leave it on and running. So let's see here. Man, so that was 3 in a row. So what I'm going to go ahead and do actually is try and get those pieces of meteorite that I was talking about. I think I'm going to need 5. I guess I can make boots, so I'll go for 4. And okay, so there's 1 piece. So we'll just need 3 more, and then I can make that magnetization armor. That definitely helps out when mining on the spires and whatnot, making sure that they don't fall off or things like that. Later on, there'll also be some stuff in Botania where we could also make a type of magnetization, and we'll possibly do that. It is a little bit expensive, unfortunately, because of the TerraSteel requirement, and TerraSteel can be pretty tricky to make because you need Galgador, which is a part of Steve Carts 2. We'll definitely get into that later. That can be a kind of a pain to make. So we'll kind of judge a little bit later on if we want to spend. I think it costs at least 2 TerraSteel to make that magnetization charm. Oh no. Oh, I got really lucky there. So I don't want to eat. I'm getting greedy here by not eating, but we'll see. Maybe I should stand back a little bit more while I mine this, so I have a little bit more time. So hopefully I can get two more before this sun falls. It is starting to fall awfully quick there. Um, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get two more. It's taking this long to get three. Alright, and let's see if we can get four here. Ah, oof, okay, so I got lucky there. Let's see, there's our base over there. So when we get back to base, I am going to set up a map marker. Um, the longer the series goes, the farther and farther I'm going to have to travel in order to get to these spires, which is where the resources are. So what I'll do is once I get back over there, I'm actually going to chop down that tree real quick, as long as I don't have any bad guys that spawn. I just had to say something, didn't I? Okay, so I don't know if they see me yet. Looks like one of them is moving towards me, and you can tell that by just looking at the mini map. So one of these guys, I believe, has one of the most annoying mechanics of this mod pack. He's actually able to pick me up and bring me to other people. So we're just going to leave them alone. We're going to go ahead and make that glowstone. Looks like we had a good bit of charcoal, so we're going to go ahead and throw in that fallen meteor. And we're going to go ahead and complete this quest. Now why don't we go ahead and grab that. Go ahead and move this. So we're just going to empty out this entirely so that we can put in the ultimate pet. So let's see what we got. Oh, and we got Deathbringer. Now, Deathbringer, you just gotta give him a bone. There he goes. Now he loves me. And he loves me too. Great. So these guys are pretty nice. They can be pretty powerful depending. Let's go ahead and we're gonna put that in there. So water storage is actually what we can put in there now. And we got another one of those dense energies. So break this, and that'll allow them to come on, you two. There you go. There you go. Alright. So yeah, this dark ethereal glass can make it kind of difficult for them to realize that they can walk through it. So we'll take this out now, and we'll put water storage in there. And then those two are empty. We can actually scroll this down like that and just drop it at the bottom there. And now these mashed leaves, I believe it's this, yep. And then you have bottled leaves. Now the bottled leaves, you take one of these drying racks and you just pop it on there. And as you can see the top there, the dryness, as that continues to dry out, reaches 100. Then we make leaf cider, and now we have fresh water again. Awesome. Okay, so we can put up this glowstone, put up most of this stuff here. Ooh, we almost have 9 redstone actually. That's pretty good. We can make that block of redstone for that other quest that we're working on. So that's actually fish oil that was in there, and we'll hold on to that for a little bit. And now we have our 4. Make that worth the actually just do 1 charcoal's worth. But so now we can go ahead and make those boots, and look at that, magnetization 1. So just like I was saying, look at that. Can't even throw it outside my inventory because it'll just zoom right back to me. So let's see here, we'll put that back there. Let's take a look at what other quests we can go ahead and complete this time. So clay can be a bit challenging to get right now. Um, what I need to make is I need to take some of this gravel and we need to make this into sand. Now this is a mechanic from X Nilo, I believe it's pronounced. And this is one of the mechanics Agrarian Skies uses. And then sand will turn into dust. Now, this needs... Oh, how did he get back in there? Oh, that's not one of them. Okay. What we need now is we need some slabs. And you take the slabs and you make an oak barrel. Now, just take the oak barrel, you can put it down like that, and now we're going to need water. So we can just break these. No, we can't break those. Okay, so we are going to need redstone in order to get that water out of there. For whatever reason, when you break ice outside, I guess this is a specific type of ice, but when you break ice outside, it'll actually turn back from the ice into a water block. So we're gonna have to hold off on that to make clay. So what we can try and do is the gold here. So in order to get this gold, it says firstly I would have to right click some hardened gold ore blocks into an X Nilo crucible. So we have one of those crucibles right here, and let's just put it just I kind of want to do this outside actually, but oh no, looks like some kind of space creeper out there. It looks like we got some spiders on top. So why don't we head down here? We'll put that on here. And where'd that gold go? Okay. So it says to right click on this. Well, let's see. Right click some hardened gold ore. Okay. So that's how you make a harden, is you use those two little bits. Okay, so that's in there. Now it says oh no. Okay, so I think this is actually, yeah. So it looks like this is actually referring to the crucible that I was talking about earlier. That's what that is right there, is the grout. So this is actually, oh, I don't know if I can get that out now. No, I think it's just gonna break it, and it does. Oh man. So unfortunately, I did just waste a piece of gold there. Osmium, aluminum, tin, iron, copper. So I think what we're gonna need to do here, copper's gonna take a while. Now is this a manual submit? It is. So I should be able to go ahead and submit 16 of those, 16 of those. Okay, so now I just need copper. So what we can do in the meantime is we'll actually make a few more of these, and we'll make some drying racks. We're actually going to need quite a bit of these drying racks. So these drying racks are going to let us augment our food with zombie flesh, rotten flesh rather. So I'll do 8 of those, and I'll do 8 apples. So I think I made 16. Guess we'll find out here in a minute. Yeah, it looks like it was 16. So these apples will dry out really quick, but the zombie flesh does take a little bit longer to to get dried out there. Now another thing we'll go ahead and do is, I guess we might as well put some more zombie flesh on here. But this oak sapling, given enough time, that'll actually turn into a slime sapling, which is going to be of great use to us later. So looks like we can go ahead and put that stuff back in there. We'll go ahead and put the dust back in there for now. And we definitely, ow. So as you can see, that golden apple does do quite a bit. Still doesn't do as much as this. No nausea. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. I do want to chop down that tree. So there goes Deathbringer trying to get outside. Oh. Alright. And if we let them, I think we have to move a certain amount of distance away, but our two Deathbringers will kind of just spawn in behind us. So, no, maybe not. I want to make me into a liar. So, since we're already outside and about, we will go ahead and head back on over to the meteor, and we'll go ahead and try for a bit more resources. So, once we get 3 more redstone, then we'll go ahead and be able to head back. We can turn some of those ice blocks into, oh, there they are. So we can turn some of those ice blocks into water blocks, and then with that, we'll grab one out of there. We'll grab the one that we have in our cobble gen. We'll go ahead and make a unlimited water source, and then we can start making clay and some things like that for the other quest. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and mine as much as this as I can before nighttime, and then on the way back to the base, we'll go ahead and pick up there, and we can go ahead and start progressing a little bit farther into the quests. So what I was kind of planning on doing with the series was playing, every time I play, you guys are playing with me, but to try and keep it a little bit more interesting, where don't you do it, sometimes they like to jump in front of you when you're mining. Keep it a little bit more interesting, I may actually go ahead and at least have enough things to do for you on screen where we can knock out 1 or 2 quests. We'll see. But for now, we'll go ahead and end the episode here, and I will see you guys in the next one.